Partner, you and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Wallace flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Detroit! Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wallace. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates And
he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, 25 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Brandon Graham in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
20.
Newton to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Open man is Holmes. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
20. 180. Let's rock now. Gun. Do so. Look at it. 8.
Newton throwing again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Back to throw. Wallace. And he comes back with one complete. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Wallace. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Buying time, in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. A final shot before break. Wallace looking deep downfield. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please, thank you. All right, let's go. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Off the play fake. Wallace going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
20. Hey, get right down.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They for it. It's Newton. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jonathan Allen in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Set. 180. Gun.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Holmes has got it complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
Gun. Take back. Watch the screen. 20. Right to the 3. Great.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Cornelder. And a great return as he's out close to the 40-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd down. Wallace. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Sua Cravens in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, Wallace. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 50 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
Selma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Carolina getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Newton again. Steps away to his left. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the... Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They will go for it. Now Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
On first down, this is Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wallace. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Back now here on EA Sports. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Wallace. This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Again they run. Again it's Geis. Powers through. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Brandon Graham. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, Newton. Room here to run. Got some real estate inside the 30. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Newton on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. If this were hindsight as 2020 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Brandon Graham in there yet again. My goodness, making 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Newton. They shakes it off. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Wallace. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 1st down, Newton. Flush to his right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him for a loss of 5.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
20.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Hey, get right there. Get right there. Hey!
From the gun, here's Newton. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner,